In this video, I'm going to be reviewing Magical. Magical is a lightweight automation tool that integrates with AI to save you a ton of time and make you more productive, allowing you to build automations without knowing any code whatsoever. In other words, this will allow you to focus on work that actually matters by automating all of your repetitive tasks. From scraping data from social media platforms like LinkedIn, X, Facebook, to being able to open up online forms and have it automatically populate with relevant information. But one of the best features that Magical has to offer is the AI replier that integrates directly with your Gmail accounts, Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, and LinkedIn. We're going to dive into all of these features right now. In order to get started with Get Magical, you can head over to their homepage, which I'll link below for you, and simply click the Add to Chrome. This entire software is based through an extension that we can import within one click. So in one click, we can be up and running without any real learning curve, which is pretty neat. So we'll go ahead and do Add to Chrome, Add Extension, and then when this little icon pops up, go ahead and click the Pin button. First, let's explore the dashboard. You're going to start off in the My Template section, and this will make a little bit more sense as we continue through this review. But in a nutshell, these are dynamic templates that we can use in our sendings through keyboard shortcuts, and it will automatically populate the emails or the messages with our prospects' first name, business information, URLs, and all sorts like that. We can filter them by tags. We can even create our own custom template if none of the done for you templates match your business, and you're going to see just how powerful this feature is shortly. Now, these are some of the most popular templates that people use, but to get a greater idea, go ahead and click on this little create button here, and you can see the top rated template. This is a huge library of done for you templates that can fit any of these social platforms and apps, as well as these job categories. I strongly encourage you to go have a browse through all of this because it's a fantastic way to quickly learn how all of this actually works. Inside the automation tab, this is where we would create our no-code automations. You don't need programming language or anything of the sort. Magical sorts all of that stuff out for you. You can then enable or disable them in this section, or simply do create no. Any tab that currently open in your browser or have been bookmarked in your browser will be shown right here, and then you can start certain automations with them. And again, we'll get into this shortly. If you have teams of people, you can create your own teams simply by clicking the Create Team button, typing the department name, and doing Create Term. You can invite your team members via email or Slack, or even copy the invitation link. And then in this section, this is where you can create your own custom templates that match each staff member in your department. One thing you'll notice about Magical is just how smooth everything runs. There's no lagging or glitch-like behavior. It's all click and done. With that being said, let's go ahead and I'll start showing you some of the automation. I'm currently on LinkedIn, and let's say I want to start looking for people who are in the digital marketing space. So I will just go to my LinkedIn page, I'll go to people. Now I've got all of these potential prospects that I can transfer automatically into a Google Sheet document. So the way this works is on the right, you should notice your new Magical icon. This is going to appear every single website that you go to. We're going to click it, and you have a choice. You have the done for you LinkedIn template that they've already created for us. You then got recommended templates, or templates that are currently popular, and we've also got all of our dynamic templates, which is more for messaging with all of our placeholders and things that we can customize. Now what I can do here is I can click this option here, and it will show us all of the things Magical is going to import into a Google Sheet document for us, and that's a lot of information. And we can click continue to automation, and we can select add to a new spreadsheet. So this is automatically opening up our Google Sheet document and now scraping LinkedIn and populating all of this information for us. That's pretty cool. We can then open up a person's profile, click on the magical icon again, but this time we can say, let's find the email. So we'll do find email, and just like that, it's found us the email. We can then go ahead and grab that URL, head over to our Gmail account, click on compose, enter in the email, and this is where the real streamlining of Magical happens, because inside our document, we can use the shortcut feature, which is 2 forward slashes like that, and it will open up this pop-up which will show all of these email templates. And perhaps I want to do an intro, so I can say click on the intro, and now this is an intro email that uses dynamic data. Dynamic data is basically pre-populating these fields here with relevant information about the contact. Now, because this profile is open in our web browser, Magical will detect that, and if we click on this field here, it will show that contact. So we'll select David, and then it's automatically populated the company name with the company name that's displayed on his profile here. Now, if the person's contact details is not showing in his profile, well, you're not going to be able to populate the data. So bear in mind that sort of thing. But we'll go ahead and do insert, and then just make sure you add additional information right here. But you will probably be creating your own templates to better fit this sort of outreach. Pretty cool. If you go into one of your existing emails that someone sent you and click on the reply feature, you'll notice that you'll have these options here. So what's happening here is that Magical is using AI to read all of this information, and it can create quick responses for us. So it can say yes, and then it's created this response here, which is related to the email that someone's just sent us. Or we can click on custom, and perhaps we want to book an appointment for next week for a live demo. And then here is the response right here. So really fast, you can put in just 1 or 2 lines about what it is you actually want to write, and then Magical will create a professional, well-articulated response, saving you a ton of time. Going back to LinkedIn, there's something else you can do as well. So let's say we want to open up all of these people's profiles. So we're going to open around about 20 different profiles, and we're just going to make sure all of these are actually loaded, which they now are. If you want to get each of these people's information like we just did with David's profile, what we would do is just click on the magical icon here, and then we'll do add to a new spreadsheet, and this little pop-up will show, and we're going to do alt tab. And now this is opening up a new spreadsheet. It's populating it with all the information, and then any emails that's found on these pages will be listed on the page. We're basically enriching the data from each of these profiles. You can actually do this with other social platforms like X, or formerly known as Twitter. You'd open up X, type in a term like marketing or whatever you want, go to people or latest, go to latest, and now we've got all of these users here. We can click on the magical icon, see what fields are going to be dragged in. So the only fields that are going to be dragged in is views and URL, but perhaps we want to add in the actual tweet. All of these highlighted fields are actually going to be brought in, and then we'll do continue to automation and then add to new spreadsheet. And just like what happened with LinkedIn, it's scraping all the data and it's adding it in like so. And you can actually open up all of these profiles, do add to new spreadsheet, and then you can say all tabs or just this one, and we'll do all tab. And just like that, it's now populating and we have all of that information. Let's say you have a CRM software or you have an autoresponder where you want to add people's details into it. It can be really time consuming copying and pasting things, and if it's not just time consuming, it's incredibly tedious doing this sort of general admin, but it's absolutely necessary to ensure that you're constantly reaching out to people. So Magical has come up with this automated form filling out process, and I'll show you how it works. So right now we have my autoresponder open, and what I'll do, I'll go ahead and click on the magical icon and then have a look at which fields have been added. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on email and type in email, and that will add that into the fields here. Then I can see that there is another email field here, but I think it's confused and it should be the first name. So we're going to click on this and we'll call it first name. So now we have the first name and email right here. So we'll do continue with automation. And now in the field, what we can do is do the / twice. Because we've got LinkedIn open and specifically my tab, it's found my name already, and I can just add it in like that. And then for the email, I can do the same thing and have a look and try to find if there's an email available for us. And it's been added just like that. And then we can go ahead and add it to our system. Now, here's a live conversation between me and a client, and I'll have to blur some of this information, but what you'll see is we're going to click the Get Magical link, and then we can have a look at all of this information right here. Once again, we can just add this to our spreadsheet, and we've got all of that person's information for us. We can also click on the messenger, do enter, and again, we can enter any of these templates really fast. So what are my thoughts of Magical? I think one of Magical's greatest USPs is how streamlined everything is. As the busy business owner, it can take up a tremendous amount of time copying and pasting things for our outreach campaign. But by installing Magical's lightweight extension, all of this can be automated in just a few clicks without any real learning curve or over-the-top fees. Would I recommend Magical? Yes, I would. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.